Hey guys, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my previous videos this week. Jersey Shore review, Love and Hip Hop. What else? Dang, what else? I did a bunch of stuff. Star, Empire, and my Romie review will most likely be up either today or either tonight or tomorrow. I mean, Romie reports. Oh, it's going to be a doozy, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be messy. Anyway, we're with Scandal. Oh, yeah, and I did my reaction video to Cardi B's album, so check that out. Now, talking about Scandal. This starts off with Olivia. She's ready to go. Fitz is still in bed. Still in bed, I guess, presumed naked because his upper torso is being shown. And he's talking about his portrait, his presidential portrait, because it's time for them to go and craft that. They keep having general chit-chat. I said, I don't care. But then the conversation finally goes where it needs to go, where Fitz, essentially, he's nervous and concerned about Melly and tomorrow. And Olivia says, don't worry. I understand how this goes. It can make or break your legacy. And I'm thinking, his legacy is trash. Melly's legacy is trash because of, okay, we're gonna get to it later. So while Olivia's thinking about everyone else, like she always does, Sally Langston's getting ready for the Sally Langston show. What is it called? The Confederate Report. Something close enough. I mean, really is close enough. The Langston Report, probably. And it was just funny because Sal was talking like this. Man, where are you go? Where are you going? You going to do this? I said, where did that voice come from? 5, 4, 3, 2. And now, ladies of liberty. Ladies of liberty. I said, oh, it's kind of good to have you back. It kind of is. She essentially is reporting on, it's interesting to see with the Grant family, the Fitzgeralds, how this is going to turn out. Get ready. So Melly's being prepped and talking with her attorney. The attorney's telling her, just say you invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Now, of course, Olivia said she can't do that because she's going to look guilty. If you do that, then that means you're admitting guilt. So now it's time for the ladies to go, and they go walking, strutting through the hallway. Cyrus is such a... He's such a sassy punk. I don't know what to call Cyrus without being offensive somehow. Anyway, Cyrus talking about, oh, you got your hair done. Cyrus, I hate you. Marcus, he met up with a colleague, and they had idle chit chat, which turned into now she works on the Hill, and Congress was talking about something. She said, look, I can't tell you. All I can say is, just be glad you don't work in the White House anymore. I said, oh no. Oh no. So Marcus is running to Fitz like Melly's going to be ambushed. It starts off with them asking about Charlie, and did Charlie worked for Olivia. Did you ask him or her to go and do something illegal? And then they switched on to Olivia Pope. It was like, wait a minute, what? 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 I said, did you ask Olivia Pope, your chief of staff, that you fired and she's back here? That's weird. That doesn't make sense. Why would... she said, I never fired her. She resigned. So she resigned and she's still working closely with you. Yes. Huh. Did you by chance instruct Olivia Pope to go and kill the president of Bastron? And Melly said, no, what are you talking about? And then we see the video of when Melly told Olivia, I need you to get something done. I don't need to know the details. I just need for you to do it and do it fast. I said, no, they did not just flip that video on. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh, so now the Attorney General, I feel like his name is Lindsay, but now the Attorney General is talking about, did you go and instruct Olivia Pope to hijack Air Force 2 so that you could get rid of Cyrus because Cyrus was against the assassination of the president of Bashran. I said, what? They backed her in such a corner that she had to invoke her Fifth Amendment. And I said, oh, Lord, she just lost. No, she just lost. And the way how they did it, it caught me off guard because I said, okay, 2 episodes left. What's Scandal going to give? And that first 7 minutes got me for the rest of the episode. I didn't care what happened afterwards. That first 7 minutes got me. So now everyone's freaking out. Everyone's in the Oval. The cameras are still up. The White House is a fishbowl. And Mellie understands that, but clearly they still had that slip up. And Jake has, I'm sure, years of videos. I mean, hours and hours and hours upon hours of video content that he could use to his advantage at any moment. Now, they're trying to figure out what angle they can go at. And even there, it's crazy because if they go after Cyrus too hard, if they expose certain things, if they expose defiance, all of that, and the part that he had to play, it all falls back on Mellie and Olivia. All of it. All of it. While that's happening, Attorney General's talking to Cyrus and saying, I think his name might be Lonnie. So we're going to call him Lonnie. Lonnie's issue is Lonnie is actually a decent person. He's a decent person. He's one of those self-righteous people. And unfortunately with those self-righteous people, in order to go and fulfill their own personal needs, they go and do some really messed up stuff in the process. Now, he doesn't like Jake because he did his research on Jake and realized that Jake came out of nowhere. He's a ghost. Why are we putting so much faith in a ghost? I said, good questions. Keep asking questions. We need help. We need help from anyone at this point. And you haven't done too much for me to say throw you out yet. Quinn is talking to Huck, and they're trying to figure out how this is going to work. I love how the tune changed up. Now we're trying to protect Olivia. Now Olivia can't fall on the sword. Interesting. I'm glad, Quinn, you finally remembered and realized that Olivia Pope saved all of you, gave all of you new lives. She had slip-ups, she had moments. Each and every last one of you did as well. So, Sally Langston comes and visits Quinn and Perkins and Associates because Sally said, I thought that ex-associates of Olivia who purposely leaked information about her being fired the first time wanted to go and leak some information about Mellie this time. And she did the whole money grab thing of, well, you know, if you all have to eat somehow. I mean, Huck, you're eating that, she didn't know his name. Sarah, you're eating that cereal. Wouldn't you like a proper meal? She said, cereal is full of nutrients. All the better to kill you with. That's not what he said, but that's what I was thinking. They didn't take her card, but we knew from that moment on that Sally was going to play a part in all of this. Now, Olivia gets a visit from Jake. She comes home and Jake's there. Jake gives her the sand. Remember when they were on that island and it was their getaway and Jake finally thought he found his one, but Olivia said, no, sorry fam, I need to go back home to Bay. And this was cool while it lasted. Jake kept that sand and he gave it back to Olivia because he said, it's over. I understand that I was being used. I understand that no matter what I do, I'll play second fiddle. Jake doesn't want to be second fiddle anymore. He doesn't want to go and just be the lapdog. He's always going to be the lapdog. That's what he doesn't realize. Jake is a punk. Just because Jake is at his job does not mean that he's still not a lapdog. So then he goes and gives Olivia back the sand and say, look, I could protect you from this if you just go and let Mellie go down for all this. But I think it's my time to shine. So I said, oh, so now we have no more options, eh? We have no more options from you. Good. Because we don't want you. We don't need you. Go home, Jake. Go home. Now, back at back at Pope and Associates. Screw that. Again, they're trying to figure out how this can all work. They keep throwing out plans about how Cyrus rigged the election, how Cyrus killed Vargas, how Cyrus did all of this. But the thing is, Olivia killed Luna, Vargas, Defiance. Again, it won't work because Fitz would be hit. She wants to protect Fitz. She wants to protect Melly. And if they tell the truth, because Olivia says the truth is your armor, but if they tell the truth, everyone will be hit. They can't go with the Lindsay thing because they can't even go with the James thing because of who's connected to. They can't. It's every single time. Every single time they can't hit up Jake because Jake has done stuff for all of them. All of their past sins can be used against Melly at this point. And that's a prime example of when you do so much wrong, at some point it comes back to you, and you never know how it'll come back to you, but it always does. It's sad. It's really sad. It's unfair, but that's life. Papa Pope, I thought, okay, Papa Pope, either you're gonna save the day or you're gonna disappear because you get on my nerves. Papa Pope was looking at the news, and the news was that Olivia Pope, you've been summoned. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. You've been served, you've been subpoenaed, they're going to question you. So now Olivia goes to, where was that? It wasn't the Washington Monument, was it? It was somewhere there in DC. And she was seeing all these inspirational quotes. Essentially, the inspirational quotes were all about, you know, I might be down 9, but I get up 10 type of mentality. And she keeps remembering all of these visions, and this main one keeps popping up regardless of what happened to her, which is of her father saying, which is what a lot of minority, especially black parents, say to their kids. You have to be twice as good to get half of their stuff. Essentially meaning you have to be better than them, smarter than them, faster than them in every fashion, just to not even get ahead or to meet them, but in the world gain half of the reward. And it's sad, but to a certain extent that's still true. To a certain extent. So Olivia starts crying because it was just like she tried so hard. Sidebar, those flashbacks of when Olivia was younger and those flashbacks got me though. When Olivia was pregnant, or when she, remember that season where she kept wearing those coats and the purse was blocking the stomach and they were doing all that hiding? That was interesting. I said, look at how different Carrie kind of looked. And then when she was like a little bit skinnier, and it was like, oh, okay. And then back to now, her putting on the white hat and loving the white hat, her reading the Constitution. It brought back nostalgia and memories. But now, it's all about what is Olivia Pope going to say and what is she going to do. So listen to this. So when Olivia is brought back in for questioning, the question is, did you receive orders to kill Rashad? Did Melly Grant give you, or Melly Young, give you orders to kill President Rashad? Now, I don't know, I must have been distracted or tired because I didn't see or expect this part. Olivia said, here's how this works. And once it was phrased to something to that effect, I knew it was over. Melly Grant doesn't have to give me any type of orders because B613 handles that stuff. I said, what? B6, did you? The block is hot? What'd you just do? And she said, yep, it was B613. You know, like, what are you talking about? There's a government organization, and Lonnie thought, wait, so there's a government organization that, you know, that's like a second CIA, and it goes and does unconstitutional stuff? Olivia said, no. There's a government organization called B613 that runs the White House. It runs the White House, meaning it runs the so-called free world. It doesn't take its orders from the White House. It operates actually right inside in the abandoned swimming pool downstairs. I said, oh my God. I used that, and I did this, I did this, I did that with it. And you know who's running it right now? Jake Ballard. I said, oh, Jake. So now Lonnie goes, he ran out of there. It's like, hold on. Runs out of there. Jake is standing in front of the bunker, tells Jake, step aside or else things could get hairy. And then he sees that I will have taken out my phone so fast, gone snap. This will have been me. I will have went, Bixie, take a picture. I would have done that so fast, but he wasn't thinking. So Olivia gets confronted by Jake, and Jake's like, what are you doing? Standing in the sun. I was kind of proud. I was kind of proud because for her to go and do something like that, that changes everything. So now David goes running to Melly saying, look, this is bad. This is really bad. I mean, she went and just blew up the entire spot. Melly's thinking the fallback on this is going to be insane. Jake is now talking to Lonnie, you know, off the record. And Jake put it this way. Jake said, here's how this actually works. Because Lonnie was threatening him, and Jake said, it's really funny, it's really cute that you actually think that you know what you're talking about, that Olivia was telling the truth. So when the agents went down there to, I'm thinking, dude, you're such an amateur at this. You stay at location, you take pictures, you take video, you live stream it, you do something. Come on now. The agents couldn't find anything. And Jake just played out here like, you know, that was something above your pay grade. And I'm just going to scrub Olivia Pope's testimony because without any proof, it'll look really bad to put something like that out there, wouldn't it? So he takes a transcript, he takes the camera footage, he takes all of it. It's like that sticks to your stomach feeling. That's you understanding that you're not the big dog, that you're not the boss. I said, Jake, you don't want to do that. I don't think this is going to go too well. So now Olivia is fending off almost everyone except for Marcus. Melly's pissed. Fitz is pissed. David's pissed. Marcus was the only one that had her back. And everyone's talking about, this is the part that irks me. Everyone talked about their own legacy. That's what they were really concerned about. Their own legacy. Their own legacy, their own legacy, their own legacy. Olivia said she'll fall on the sword. She'll just take the blame herself and not even include any of you guys. But if we really want to take Cyrus down, make sure that he never steps foot into power, then we need to take control of the narrative and push the truth up from the depths of our souls out to the public. Because right now, this nation is under attack. The Republic is under attack. And the fact that you're caring more about your legacies instead of the Republic speaks volumes. She didn't say it like that, but she should have. So then Olivia walked out, and of course she did her signature. 1, 2, 3, grab purse. 1, 2, 3, out of the frame. I'm gonna miss this. I am. But it was about time, though. So now Olivia, she goes back to Pope and Associates and tells them that at this point, she exposed B613. They're all freaking out. But she said, don't worry. I'm going to cover you guys. I'm going to make sure that I take the fall for this. But we need to get the truth out there. We need to get this information out there. Quinn remembers Sally Langston came there. So she went there, talked to Sally. Sally didn't want to hear it. Sally felt that, okay, you're drawing for straws to try and save Olivia Pope with this whole B613 thing. This is something dangerous. I need proof. Sally's open to exposing the truth, and so that's the only good part. She's all about exposing the truth, even though we're all thinking, what about the truth? What happened to your husband? Anyway, Melly is talking to Marcus, and Melly wanted the truth. So Marcus said, you sure you can handle the truth? He said, you're all sharks. You, Olivia, Fitz, Cyrus, all sharks. You rigged the election, blackmail, murder. Oh, congratulations, you didn't murder anyone, Melly. But you still were around murderers. You still cleaned up. You still held the bags. You still held down the fort for the Sharks. You smell blood, you go towards it. Now the problem is that you guys are the blood and you don't know how to handle it. You're not doing this for your country. You're doing this for yourself. You're trying to keep your legacy intact. You care more about your legacy than the Republic. Kind of reiterating what Olivia said. He didn't say the Republic, but he said it in his home Marcus way. So, you know, Melly looked a little perturbed, like, okay, I asked for the truth, but you didn't have to put that much sauce on it. I looked at him and said, you sure did. You sure needed to. Because it's the end. There's no sugarcoating any of this anymore. Jake goes to Papa Pope, and Jake talked about how essentially trying to say that, I win, I took command, I am command. Papa Pope put it bluntly. My daughter and son decided to, instead of being the bosses, you went around making other people the bosses, and then you got upset and wanted to take the power for yourself, and then when that didn't work, you went to plan B, and when that didn't work, you went to plan C, and when that didn't work, you went to plan D. And the issue with all of this is that you couldn't take command. So Jake has his gun now. It's like, and then he does the whole, oh, Papa Pope said, I wish you would, because the gun was right here. Bingo. Papa Pope let it be very clear, because that conversation went on for too long. It was like, you're a little boy. You never grew up. You're always running around other people. Sidebar, Jake wearing his wedding ring is so disrespectful. Put some respect on his wife's name. Anyway. Papa Pope just reiterates that you can't take command. I'm the Alpha, the Omega, everything in between. That's what it means to be command. That's me. That's me. It didn't matter what happened. It did not matter what happened in the past, present, and future. You can't take something that was never yours. I created the blueprint. I am the blueprint. You tried to step into my shoes, but you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. You didn't have it. You don't have it. You and Olivia both don't have it. I don't know where I went wrong, but clearly I did. Because both of you really thought that the first rule of you can't take command was a joke. Jake leaves. I said, okay, that was all right. If we had to do one more Papa Pope, then that was fine, because it was against Jake, so I was all right with it. Fitz is looking at all the present portraits and just remembering it, and just in awe of all of it. And I think he's reflecting on the fact that, dang it, based on what happens tomorrow, who knows if I'll even have a portrait. Because part of the issue was that Olivia's testimony was actually scrubbed. So now, or that they were trying to scrub it. And no, they weren't going to put it a part of Melly's thing anymore. And that's when things got really shaky. Olivia and Fitz, they have a nice casual talk that really they have to rely on Sally Langston. Times have changed. Wow. Wow. Whatever happens, happens. They're all freaking out because Sally wants proof. Sally wants evidence. The problem is they can't find anything. And I was thinking, well, there's a couple of people that know where the bodies are buried. And it's everyone in that room. So they finally realized it. And I think it was Abby, of all people, that realized what they needed to do. It was like, Olivia's done so much for us that we wouldn't be here today without her. And so then they realized that they have to be the proof. They have to be willing to go and testify, and, you know, with actual dates, timestamps, evidence, all of that, they can provide it. That will give Olivia the credibility to go forward with this. So they're telling Olivia, and Olivia looks like she wants to cry, because it's like, oh, don't do this. I didn't go and do all this mess just for you guys to go and do something like that. But they said, look, we're going to do it. So that now Olivia goes, talks to Melly, said, my team, all of us, we're willing to sacrifice ourselves, and I will protect you and make sure that it just falls on me. But I want to know, are we in this together or not? And so Mellie, gives her support. So they go back to the White House together, and Marcus is there as well. Sally Langston, because she has witnesses, decided that, hey, there's an organization called B613 that's been running the White House for this entire time. And, she appreciated the fact that Mellie Grant was the president that exposed something like this. And yeah. And so then Sally puts it back on Lonnie and says he's the one with the power. He needs to be the one to expose everyone, to prosecute. Cyrus is pissed. Cyrus is like, no, Jake is perturbed. Like, this can't be happening. And now they get these beeps. So someone called them. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back for the series finale of Scandal. Jeez.